everyone, how you been and how avoiding COVID-19 recently? Surely maybe we use this time to acquire and learn some new skills. Yeah, let's spend a little time with us to discover and learn the knowledge of the logistics industry. We will share to all of you then. Do you know Younggen 21? First, let me introduce my friends who accompany me lately.
Hi, I'm New. I'm a sophomore. My major is international economics. In this competition, I have to gain more knowledge about logistics and other things. This is also a challenge to me, and I will do my best.
Hi, I'm Mỹ, a sophomore from the Faculty of the International Economics. What I want when participating in this competition is the ability to break through my limits and learn new skills and knowledge in the field of my major.
Hello everyone, my name is Lê Hồng Phú, class K36 majoring in Finance and Banking of Banking University of Ho Chi Minh City.
I'm Huynh, a sophomore from the Faculty of International Economics. Coming to the context is not only about conquering myself, but also about connecting and learning new things from fellow travelers. The competition is an intellectual and emotional journey. Logistics is an important service industry in the overall structure of the national economy, playing the role of supporting, connecting, and promoting socio-economic development of the whole country as well as the locality, contributing to improve the competitiveness of the economy. Logistics is activity along the service chain from pre-production stage until the goods reach the final consumer. This field is directly related to transportation, forwarding, warehousing, administrative procedures, consulting services, import, export trade, distribution channel, retail, and so on. Currently, Vietnam is considered to have many opportunities to promote the development of the logistics service industry, specifically the system of road transport infrastructure, airports, seaports, warehouses. Commercial infrastructure and logistics centers are constantly expanding on a large and widespread scale. However, the logistics industry in general and Vietnam's logistics enterprises in particular still face many challenges and barriers. One of the difficulties is that the transportation methods have not been optimized. The transportation costs are still very high and causing environmental pollution during the transportation of goods. Therefore, our team decided to choose the topic, optimizing the logistics cost while reducing pollution. So what is the status and causes of increased costs in the logistics? Let's explore with our group about the status. Vietnam's logistics cost is still high. Road transport still accounts for a large proportion with expensive costs. This deviation not only makes transportation costs in Vietnam among the highest in the world, accounting for 59% of logistics costs, but also causes massive damage to society. Road transport in Vietnam currently has to take on a very large proportion of transportation, which is disproportionate to other modes of transport. Specifically, automobile transport accounts for over 90% of the total value of passenger transport and over 70% of the total value of freight transport. Meanwhile, the transport units are mostly small and fragmented. The percentage of empty vehicles is still above 45%, so the transport costs are very high. In the global economy, the loading expenses of transportation could cost Vietnamese goods that couldn't compete well on international markets. It's hard to use a chance to increase the trade agreement with productivity. The notable reason is that the number of logistics enterprises is large, but mainly small businesses with limited scale in terms of both capital and human resources, as well as international operation experience. There is no link between stages in the logistics supply chain and enterprises logistics services with import and export enterprises. In addition, it is a fact that Vietnamese enterprises have a culture of doing everything themselves without using outsourced services, so logistics costs are very high. Logistics management is still scattered and less rigor. Goods must go through many intermediaries before reaching the user. In addition, the connection of transportation infrastructure between waterways, roads, and railways is still limited, so logistics costs increase.
To solve the above problem, our team has developed an idea, that is, to establish a logistics center towards the national scale, with specific ideas as follows. Enterprises providing logistics services in the same province will jointly contribute capital to build a logistics general center. In terms of geographical location, priority will be given to proximity to the center of the province so that the distance from the center to the districts is similar, equal to each other. And based on the size and density of logistic enterprises in each province and region, there are appropriate plans prioritizing key economic zones with great production potential and favorable geographical locations. However, to set up the aforementioned centers is not a simple matter, so it must be based on capital, scale, etc. So it needs the support of the state, such as making reasonable policies to support businesses. Provinces with many logistic enterprises lend less capital than provinces with smaller scale, call for foreign investment capital. And by the other side, the state needs to support the release of its own size to build logistics. These centers will operate like other logistics centers with a larger scale and resources. Besides, they will apply blockchain technology to logistics activities, specifically in transporting goods, etc. Major economic center of the country because the cost of the application is quite high. In addition, businesses will operate in the direction of green transport. Firstly, freight businesses can design maximum size pallets for cargo to optimize the amount of goods when being shipped by transportation trucks in order to limit the number of times of transportation to reduce cost to the point of consumption, as well as to reduce pollution emissions into the environment. Second, replace road transport with domestic rail through the process. Step 1. Receive information of customers. Step 2. Survey the quantity of goods, inform charges, and shipping schedule. Step 3. Transporting goods by rail. Apply to areas with 5 main railway lines connecting 35 provinces, including Hà Nội Hồ Chí Minh City, Hà Nội Hải Phòng, Hà Nội Lào Cai, Hà Nội Đồng Đăng Lạng Sơn, Hà Nội Quán Triều Thái Nguyên City, and 2 branch routes are Bắc Giang Uông Bí Hạ Long, Quảng Ninh, Bắc Giang Lưu Xá, Thái Nguyên. The advantage of the above idea is that reduce logistic cost, especially transportation cost. When a logistics center is established, The link between logistics service providers and manufacturing and import and export enterprises will tend to increase because the logistics service provider has technical facilities, and with good technology, the ability to meet diverse customer needs on a larger scale, they can provide the same service at a lower cost than do-it-yourself enterprises. So business will gradually turn to service outsourced to save some cost. In addition, the application of technology and green transport trends to also reduce logistic costs somewhat. Aside from logistic costs going down, we'll be pushing production, increasing the competition for domestic businesses. As Vietnamese enterprises are mostly small and medium-sized, so if the center is created in small provinces, it will encourage people to increase production. For example, in the past, people used to plant and harvest and bring to the market to sell quickly and conveniently, and if they wanted to sell in other regions, they are also afraid of shipping costs, making it difficult to sell products. Now that there is a center, it will become easier. The cost is cheaper than sales shipping. The price of the product will be higher, will also decrease, so there will be more opportunities to buy goods and even expand to other provinces, thereby promoting production and improving people's income. In addition, when businesses cooperate with each other, they will help each other offset the advantages, improve as well as raise the level of logistics. Finally, the application of blockchain technology and the trend of green transportation will also contribute to limiting environmental pollution, moving towards a green economy, contributing to green building a growing country. And this is our team's performance. Thank you for listening.